Alrighty, we're coming down the home stretch. Only 2 questions left. Let's dive into question number 4. Accessing properties on an object. This is going to require additionally a little bit of conditional work. So let me jump over here to my code and we're going to identify here. I have my for loop. I'm just going to go ahead and collapse that so I don't have to see it anymore. But we want to, first off, log the user's mobile phone. We see that word log again. We should know what to do now. We're going to go ahead and type in log, tab, we get our console log. So I need to access the student's mobile phone number. Well, from earlier we talked about how do I access properties within an object? Well, I have to start with what's available in my scope. I don't have mobile in my scope. My IntelliSense says that variable doesn't exist for me. The variables I have are student, cart, and my variable. Well, obviously what I'm looking for is the student's mobile, so I'm going to start with student. Then I can hit the dot, and right away I get, here's all the properties available to you on a student. Well, I'm looking for their mobile phone number, so first name's no good, last name's no good. What I want is phones. So I'm going to hit tab to select that. Now I don't want all their phones, I just want their mobile phone. So I'm going to hit dot, and look at that once again, home, mobile, work. I want the mobile phone, tab complete that, and save. Jump back over to our console. And here we see the student's mobile phone number. Works great. What's next? So I want to log the word match if, well, right away I'm seeing a conditional. The user's home, mobile, and work are all the same. Well, this one's a little tricky because I need to actually have if this is equal to that and if that is equal to that. So let's start with the simple if statement first. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to put my if statement, and I know I need to put a conditional here, but I'm going to put my curly braces because I know the goal of the end of this is if they do match, if that statement is true, log the word match. And I just want the word, so I'm just going to put that string in there. Without the quotes, it looks for the variable match. Make sure you keep those quotes on anything you want to just be a word. So we want to say, does the user's phone, the mobile phone, and the work phone match? Let's start with the easiest of just comparing two. So I'm going to say if the user's phone, well, I have to drill all the way back into that object. So I'm going to say student dot phones dot home. I want to see if that, and I can use the double equals or the triple equals here, is equal to student dot phones dot mobile. So this here would tell me, do those first two match? And if I save that, and we can see our data up here that they do, I can come back in here, refresh, and I see match. But that's not the entire challenge. I need to check not only the student's home phone to the student's mobile phone, I need to also make sure that the work phone matches. So here's where things get a little interesting, because if the mobile phone matches the home phone, I don't necessarily need to check does the home phone match the mobile and does the mobile match the work, because I already know these two are the same. So I can just pick one and compare it to the final one, and if all of them match, then we're good. Now, JavaScript, you might be inclined to think, well, I'll just do equals 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 student.phones.work and think you're great. As soon as you do that, though, you're going to see JavaScript's not happy. Hey, I can't do this and compare these three things in this way. So I have to do something different. To join two conditional statements, you have a couple of options. You can join them with a statement that is an OR statement represented by the double pipe, which is the character right below the backspace but above the enter on a normal keyboard. Alternatively to OR, you can do AND, which is double ampersand, ampersand, which is on your 7 key. So do I want to say, do these two match, or do two other ones match? Or do I want to say these two match and these two match? I want the AND key. So how you're going to have to use and is you have to have two complete Boolean statements. So here I have a Boolean statement that compares these two values. If I just did an and statement, it's going to say, hey, try and evaluate this statement for true or false. That's not what we want. We actually need to completely replicate that Boolean statement in the part that we want to compare. So I'm just going to come over here, copy and paste. In here I have a complete Boolean statement, which will return true or false, and another complete Boolean statement, which will return true or false. So with that and statement, I've successfully joined those two. I come out here and refresh, and I still get match. So we have successfully completed logging the user's mobile phone number, which we did already, and logging match if they're the same. If you want to kind of test it yourself a little bit further, you can come back over here, change one of the digits, and you'll see that it turns out it does not print the word match. If you come back in here, we jump back up to 7, and you could change another one. So this one instead might be 8, because that's the one as the second part of the condition, the work. And once again, you'll see it does not print match. So play around with that. Make sure you're feeling comfortable with those joining statements where this and that come into play. And then we have one final video left. We only got one more to do, working with an array of objects.